new body here, Dave?
Yeah, we're going to switch to Dolphin and Fisher out. Just Dolph was here. We had injury concern with one of the centermen, so now that that concern has been cleared up, we'll bring Fish. Fish has played real well down there. We wanted to get him another look before the end of the year, so he'll come up and we'll see what he can do.
What was the read on his last look here, and what might you want to see him continue to improve on?
Real positive. You know, like his game has really grown for a young player, a real young player. You know, he's a little bit like Perlini, went down, really gained confidence in the American League that he could play the pro game, and then when he came up here, you saw that confidence. And he only played 3 games, but it was real solid in those 3 games.
Isn't that's the best case scenario for this whole setup? Isn't it the way that we've seen that happen a few times this year? Go down, get your confidence.
Well, it's how you grow young players, you know. And there's some players that haven't spent much time there, but for the most part, like he's a real young player that had the opportunity to go to the American League, and it's really benefited him. I mean, not only has he been a good player down there, for a 19-year-old kid or a 20-year-old kid, go down there and be one of the leaders, be one of the best players down there. That speaks volumes about his character. So we want to see if we can continue to grow his game up here the last little part of the season.
You have confident young guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a
you know why you have confident young guys? Because they're good players.
Yeah.
They have confidence in themselves because they're good players. They know they can do the job.
How did he take it going back, Dave? Because he had a couple goals and I know it was only 3 games,
No,
but I mean, how did he respond play-wise?
No, there was a plan in place there, and he knew he was going back to play in the All-Star game, so it wasn't a situation where he was going to come up for an extended period of time.
How is your looking injury-wise, I guess? Anything new on Shane or any other guys?
They're all skating over there this morning. None of them will play tonight.
Think might keep Z in tonight or
No,
go back to D'Angelo?
Yeah.
Anthony's got a little something to prove here in these parts, doesn't he?
Yeah. He didn't spend a lot of time in Tampa here, more with the minor league team, but he's, it's an organization that drafted him, so he'll come in. He'll want to play well, I'm sure.
Still going with Louis?
Yeah.
Dave, 10 games to go, it just seems like a nice number to kind of reset priority-wise and look at, what do you hope to see? What are the remaining goals? I guess, do you divvy it out to individual-wise? Is this really where guys can look in and say, this is what I should do with this left?
Well, you do monitor individuals because there's guys that are looking for contracts. There's young players that need to continue to grow their game. We want to make sure we're playing the game with honesty and a commitment to win every night. And, so there's a lot of guys in there that have a lot to play for.
So we made an impression in that game in L.A. What did you see?
He was solid. He's through the mid part of the year. He was, he had struggled a little bit, but the last 3 or 4 starts has been real solid for him. And that's part. He's got to embrace that role. I mean, it's a hard role for a goaltender to play when you're not kind of in rhythm, but he's got to embrace that role. And the last few outings have been real strong.
They look calm to us
Yeah.
in L.A.
Yeah, that's what it's just finding the mental capacity to be at your best, even though you're not playing every night.